Today I'm going to give you a tour of the Marvel Man Cave after we had all the water damage and after we got some of the stuff fixed, but way before it is put back together to show you where we're kind of starting from a little bit. So let's get into it.
Welcome back, sir. All systems for gaming will be prepared in a few minutes. For now, feel free to grab a cup of coffee and have a good day.
Hey everyone, Mike here. Welcome back to the Marvel Man Cave. And as I mentioned in the intro, I'm going to be taking you on a man cave tour, kind of like the one that we did at the start of the year, but considering where we're at right now, I thought it was worth documenting and taking you along the journey of kind of letting you know what happened and where we're at right now before I've really started to put most of the stuff back together. You can see I already have some of it. So I figured I would take you on an abbreviated tour. So we're going to start right at the entrance, and the first thing you'll notice is I don't have the curtain up right now. We had to take it down because there's just so much dust and everything. We basically had to clean everything. Even everything that was kind of tarped off just got dust everywhere, including all the shelves. We had this whole thing dusted or protected through tarps, and it still got dust everywhere. It didn't seem to matter. But probably the biggest thing you'll notice is we have the tiles on the floor right now. We got rid of most of the carpet. There's some still left here, but for the most part, all the carpet is gone in the basement, and we're waiting a while before we really do any new flooring in here because we want to make sure that the waterproofing actually is waterproof, and we don't want to put something new down here and then have it get damaged. So right now we're just kind of doing these tiles. You'll see them everywhere, and then I got some carpet for some of the places just to make it a little bit warmer as we head into a Chicago winter. We didn't want just the tiles on the floor to be the only thing, so kind of trying to put some rugs on the floor just to give it a little bit warmer. As you see, like, this is my desk. Everything is mostly back to where it started from, but you can see, like, we got pieces here, we got stuff still here that I'm kind of just sorting out, like including all that. Like, we put the comic books back. I would say a couple of I'll highlight some of the changes that I've done since we started here, but I would say the one thing is I kind of reorganized this shelf. So my Disney animated movies are still at the top. Pixar is still on the second shelf, but I decided to go ahead and move Star Wars, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to move like Tron or another franchise to that side that may be Disney related, maybe just Disney live action, just to keep all that stuff kind of together. This shelf is still where Seinfeld, you'll see, is still where I just kind of do my staging, the new stuff I get in every month, and then those are still the VHS. But you can see even some of my Funkos and stuff, they're still out of order. I haven't put everything back. The shelf is, I have an idea for my Billy bookcase to maybe using the glass shelf this time around instead of some other stuff. So that's one thing. I haven't done that yet. You can see there's stuff everywhere. There's some extra tiles. You can see I did not put the pegboard back. I have an idea. I was looking up. I was never overly pleased with it, and the lighting situation wasn't that great with it. So I have an idea of what I want to do there. And as chance would have it, I think IKEA had the perfect piece that I want for there because I really wanted to display my stuff and everything. So more to come on that later. But you see all my pictures are back. I did put my movies back up. I would say the one change thus far is decided I want to put all my library cases up here. I have the two, the Vinegar Syndrome and the one Arrow of Dark City. I kind of have them up there for now because I want to put them somewhere else, but not sure yet. And then I want to make this shelf kind of like my franchise box set. So I have like the Transformers, Batman, Pirates, Matrix, Mad Max. Then I have Tron there right now, but I'm thinking about moving that somewhere else. You'll kind of notice I do have these. I found these on printables, these little pieces that you can kind of take on and off the Billy bookcase. And then I had my wife use her Cricut to kind of print that out. Tron was a little tricky because it's just thin lines, so I might try to redo that. For the most part, the movies are kind of back. They're in order, we'll say that. Kind of still working on that. You can see there's stuff everywhere. These are some boxes I got to do some unboxings because I have had those two boxes for literally at least a month, but they came in right before we had to rip everything out of here. So I didn't even want to take them out of the box because they were just going to have to go somewhere, and I figured they're safe and protected in there. Just leave them for right now. This box, just more stuff that I got to put out. I have put together back this part, which I think is different from the original video. I used to just have the single. Now I have the double. Actually moved this from another part of the cave earlier this year. This is a change that I'm not sure I'm happy with. This piece right here actually is from where the TV was, and because of the change I made for under the TV, I moved that here. It fits, but when I was messing with it, because don't do things when you're tired, folks, because what I ended up doing is I ended up cutting the wrong piece of the LED, and I cut off the power cord part. So I basically ruined that. So I'd have to replace the light. And then it worked out that it doesn't work as well under the TV now. So I put it there, but I don't think it works out as well here because when I built this, I built it with this strip in the back to keep my movies from being pushed back. But as you can see, it kind of keeps the Lego set from being able to go back. So that was a little bit of a mess. I did end up messing up this shelf when I was kind of cleaning everything up down here. My head hit it and I broke it, came out of the wall, so I had to repair that. Not that big a deal, but it was one of the things I had to do. You can see the rug. My wife and I found this at Burlington Coat Factory. It's actually a pretty nice find. Wanted to get something, didn't want to have to buy multiple, so got this. And then this rug just got at Walmart because I just wanted something. Didn't want to try to find the same pattern. Here you can see I haven't put my helmets or anything back yet. I have some not DVDs, some Blu-rays there for my Steelbook project that I announced a while ago and just have not had time to get to. But they're all stacked there. I have all the Steelbooks that I need. I just need to actually get to the project. And then this is really just things are placed here. Like we kind of have some of my horror stuff. I got my Nightmare on Elm Street glove. My wife got me this for she loves Halloween, and she found this at Target. You can see it actually projects. It doesn't. There we go. A little bit better. But I haven't had a ton of time to do my Halloween stuff. This we actually got at the farmers market down the street on their last weekend that they were there. Found someone that had made these and were selling them, so got that to add to the collection. And I got the handbook for the recently deceased from Spirit of Halloween when we went, literally before October even started. But the hope is to put all this stuff back. Mostly got this stuff back, even though I haven't, for my disc plates, I haven't even balanced them or measured them or anything like that. And I would say the same with these. I haven't done anything. They're just up on the wall because when I was putting everything back, I just didn't want them to get bent or damaged. So I just put them on the wall and just haven't taken the time to redo them. These two are new. I did get these for the kind of Halloween season to kind of go with you know, Halloweeny vibe. Wanted to get something just for you know, spooky season, and Venom and Werewolf at Night seem to work. And then you can see here, same Kallax, but I did do rewiring for all these when they were out. So you can see like I have much more organized lighting strips for all these, and did made sure everything, even at the bottom, these used to be just here. I gotta put this cord up still, but these used to be just strips here like I used to have them. But I went ahead and put everything, make it uniformed, make it consistent, because why not? They were out. I wanted to take advantage of the time that the Kallax and all the bookcases were out, just to make sure, you know, it's like, why not? You know, take advantage of the time because they were just sitting there. And then the other thing you'll see, this is a different TV unit. So as chance would have it, I was just going to buy the same Kallax that I had there before. It was basically the single of one of these. But when I was looking stuff up, I was like, you know, it'd be nice because I always had my PlayStation 5 literally mounted behind the TV, which was a little bit of a pain, even though it's not a disc version. Just not being able to get to is a little inconvenient at times. And then I was getting the 4K player, which you might look for that unboxing video on the channel here soon, because I think this video is going to come out before that one, but I already filmed that. But I wanted a spot for both the PlayStation and the 4K player, and it looks like IKEA came out with a new type of Kallax that had the single cubes on the bottom and then obviously the two spots at top. Worked out absolutely perfect. It said new on the site, and got that, and it's working out pretty nice. So the one thing that I didn't account for is, even though I had measured to make sure it was going to fit height wise here, I didn't account for the wood piece that I had on top. So when I have that wood piece on top, this came up a little bit above the bezel there, and since there's basically no bezel, it was just a little bit in front of the TV, and that drove me just nuts enough. So I decided to get rid of that and move it, and I think it works out pretty well. And then this is another thing. This will be in my unboxing video with the 4K player. Is I got the new Govee Pro 3 or whatever it's called with the bias lighting on the back. I really actually like that. It's not obtrusive at all. It's not as obnoxious as I thought it was going to be, or I was worried it was going to be. I actually really like that. And then this shelf, nothing is up. Literally, this stuff is just here because I was getting it out and didn't want it to get damaged. And you can see the box of stuff here. And then I got all my Marvel movies back. I have this section back. There's no flooring. There's not even any molding back here. So the most of the damage, I would say most of the water was coming in through this corner. And I have a water sensor here. And then I have a water sensor behind the couch because that was another area that was getting a lot of water. So basically everything from this corner to, I would say, about right here, when I was pouring up the tack strips, they were mold filled. They were completely black. They almost just like came to pieces in my hand when I was pouring them all up, when I was ripping up the carpet. So it was really bad. So we pulled everything up, and I think the water was kind of coming in from this way. And then we even had to pull up a little of the carpet in this room because this was all damaged. So everything that I pulled up was completely wet, just not good. So at that point, we just pull everything up. I think at one point when I did one of the update videos, we had some of the carpet here. And then at one point, I was like, just rip it all up and start over. The only places we left it was right there, just because there's no point. Turns out I am allergic to something because when I was doing all the carpet, I had the weirdest allergic reaction. I got like red all over my skin, but then like my tongue swole and got really red and bumpy, and I had to go to the doctor. So decided it's like, let's not rip up more carpet. Let's quit while we're ahead. It was, I would say, me. Wasn't wearing a mask when I was doing all this, and I think a mix of like the carpet and God knows how many years those carpets, how old that was, and the dust from the concrete. Just wear a mask whenever you're working in the house and working with that stuff. That's the lesson I took away. So just didn't want to tempt fate. We are like, it's not hurting anything right now to leave that carpet back there. So just decided to go ahead and just leave it. Just might as well. There's really no point. So yeah, that is, I would say, an abbreviated tour. This is just as much of a documentation of where I'm at with everything in the basement. What they ended up doing is they determined that most of the water is probably coming up from the slab. The water is just coming up from the ground. They didn't find any cracks in the foundation when they were doing anything, which is great. So they installed a French drain basically from that corner there, basically underneath the window, all the way down, and then all the way down here. They even went into, it's not the closet, it was under the stairs. You can see here, they took out the bottom three stairs here. They had all of this up. You can see we just have a carpet here to keep some of the dust down. And honestly, there's the jump. So we were I was spraining my ankle a little bit. They went all the way through here, through this wall, and then into there. And then the French drain terminates into our sump pump. And they gave us a new sump pump. So the French drain literally runs almost the length of the house, except for this part here. But most of this is concrete, so thinking we're probably good. But the only parts that really have soft ground are there. So we're really just hoping that the French drain solves the problem. But we didn't want to do flooring or anything like that down here until we were sure, because we've had it a few years, at least once a year since we moved in, and I think this is going to be the fourth year we're going to be here this coming April. And they fixed one thing kind of by the couch, and then they fixed this thing now. So we just want to be sure that this is actually fixes the entire problem, because like I said, we didn't want to put flooring down and then find out later that the problem isn't fixed. So the plan is to wait till minimum at least spring. If we get through some heavy rains, we have no water damage. I have water sensors in various corners of the house where we had the most happening before, so I get alerted. But this is where we're at now, and I am shooting this on October 18th. So hopefully, I've given up on decorating for Halloween, but I anticipate decorating the basement for Christmas. I'm going to do it early this year. I know, I know. I was never one of those people. I always waited till the minimum the day after Thanksgiving, but my wife has converted me. And I think this year we just kind of want to celebrate, because we're really hopeful that this will be our Christmas gift to each other. A dry basement will put our minds at ease. Thank you for watching. If you want to know more about what happened to the basement, you can check out the videos. I'll link those down below to get all the updates on the man cave. But please give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. If you want to get notified, you can hit the bell, because I will probably do my beginning of the year room tour at that point. If you want to see what the room looks like for Christmas, let me know in the comments below, and maybe I'll do a video after I get stuff up for Christmas or while I'm decorating. That'll be fun. Give me something to do. But thank you everybody for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And don't forget, collect what you love.